The fourth policy domain is tuition credits and deductions. Now, tuition credits and deductions come in various forms. If we want individuals to take donations to education seriously, we have to make sure that education expenditures are exempt from taxes. So you have your total income. This is what you spend on your child's education. You have to remove that before you calculate your taxable income. Only then will parents and families take sending their children to schools, colleges, and universities seriously. Private education is expensive. It is costly. And even in the government sector, in the public sector, higher education is not that cheap anymore, especially if we want our students to go beyond simply the bachelor's degree. If we want them doing the master's, the MPhil, and the PhDs, those degrees are not cheap. And so trying to give some of these kinds of incentives for parents so that the tax bracket is reduced, because instead of giving tax money, I'm giving money to the education to my child. So the balance of amount to be taxed needs to be after the educational expenditures of all the children have been subtracted. A tax credit is where either the total amount or some portion of the permissible expenditure is subtracted from the amount of tax that is owed by the individual. We need to make sure that if we can't do 100%, we do maybe 50%, at least some incentive for parents to send children for further education. Not stop at the school level, not stop at intermediate, not stop at bachelor's, but let the children continue with their education because they will be tax exempted. A tax deduction is where the permissible amount is deducted from the gross taxable assets of the individual. Whether you do it at the total amount, whether you do it at the partial amount, as long as there is some relief in the tax, parents, I think, will send their children to schools and colleges and universities. If families benefit from either type of tax advantage from the purchase of education-related services, they are likely to buy more of them. So I have 5 children, 2 go to the university, 3 don't. But if something like this, tax relief and tax exemption is brought in, I might send maybe 1 more, 2 more, maybe all 5 of my children would be receiving good quality university education. These services can be provided either by public schools or private companies. It doesn't matter whether my child goes to a private university or a public sector university. The fact that my child goes to a university is the bottom line. And therefore, it is absolutely essential. Now, sometimes what some institutions do is they offer on-campus job opportunities to students. And they do 10 hours or 15 hours a week because obviously they have to study also. And the money they make goes towards their tuition fee. So again, there is an incentive. You are there, you're getting job experience while you're a student. You can find jobs in your provided field of study and you can benefit from that. So you are getting real life, hands-on experience also, and you're also continuing to receive good quality education. So I think institutions need to look and see how they are going to help their students benefit and continue the education. It is not, I am certainly not saying that you just need to come and give the money. I would never give money to students, even if money is going towards tuition, it would go to the institution's bank account. Education money is never handed over in the hands of the student or the parents. It must go directly and be then deducted. So much money came in for you, your now balance is this. See how you're going to be able to clear that out. So institutions need to look at ways and opportunities for providing financial incentives to their students.